guessing unless you watched the previous video where Jason narrated what we're essentially trying to do. And we got Max.
Hello, welcome to the
I
Three
can
Geeks
feel
podcast.
Hi.
My name is Jason, joined by Philip, Max, and Dan. Tonight we are doing something new on our Facebook feed, as we're all in the same room currently, which doesn't happen a whole lot. We are doing the whole show live on Facebook, so join in the conversation over there. Send any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, and let's get into it. I want to send a quick shout out to our buddy over at McGTV who couldn't make it tonight, but still go check him out at youtube.com/MikeMcGTV. Also, tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. Max, tell the good people why they should go to audible.com.
Because you can have all kinds of awesome books read to you. Like Dan was just showing us, what's that called, Dan?
Yeah, I downloaded the complete Sherlock Holmes, read by Simon Vance, who has a, I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to be looking here. You're beating the shit out of me.
Just pick one, bro.
All right,
you got options.
Behind the scenes.
Oh.
You go anywhere you want, man.
All right,
We're all
Simon
over.
Vance.
We're mobile.
He has a voice like God, with the greatest timbre and depth. It is lovely. You should download
up
it.
the voices for characters.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
He's really
But
good.
over 180,000 titles.
Yep.
And if you're fat and lazy like I am, if you can't read,
If you drive around a lot.
if you drive around a lot, if you have an allergy to paper,
If you're blind.
if you're blind, go ahead and try out audible.com. They got the book for you. We love it here at Three Geeks Podcast.
Yeah,
Yes,
I do. I've
it
been
is.
spending my entire life listening to the audiobook of it. So,
Never
you know I love it. But a lot of stuff's been going on this weekend, so I want to get into it. I kind of want to give my thoughts. I watched the new Jean-Claude Van Johnson preview or trailer pilot. Pilot. It does sound like a pilot. So the premise of this show is Jean-Claude Van Damme, the actor. His entire film roles were covers for his real job, which was Black Ops Special Agent Van Johnson. And this show, like, I am a Van Damme fan, unapologetically. I like most of his movies, whether they're horrible. I like them for the cheesy fun that they are, or, some of
Why do you
the
have the headphones on?
better stuff. I don't know. I'm just used to wearing the headphones. It feels weird not having headphones. But anyway, the show is a lot of fun. And just to prove that it's not just the Van Damme fan in me that's preaching about how fun this show is, it's very meta and kind of, he's not afraid to make fun of himself, which is one of the things that I really enjoy about this. I mean, as soon as the opening sequence happens, you kind of know what this show is going to be all about, and the action reimagining of Huckleberry Finn was fantastic. But Max, tell the good people about your thoughts on this fun experience.
Jason is wrong. Jean-Claude Van Johnson is terrible. I don't know what he was thinking. We obviously weren't even watching the same show.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding. It was really, really funny. I was laughing hysterically at one point in time. They have the right touch. It's I don't know how much of, if it was like a 5-episode season, I want to say, like, it would be perfect, because I can already see the joke getting old, But if they either take it in a different, not a whole different direction, but like if they kind of tone it down a little bit, if there are less circle fights one at a time, then maybe the show will stand up. But like for this episode though, it's really good and it's really funny, and I definitely recommend watching it. Between the possible Amazon shows though, I think I like The Tick a little bit more. I think it'll have a little more longevity than Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
So I had more fun watching Van Johnson, but The Tick was fun as well. But the thing that Max is talking about with standing in a line is Van Damme's doing his fight sequence in the Huckleberry Finn action reboot, and the director's like, look, your 80s style of action doesn't work anymore. Nobody lines up to do a fight. Like, everybody will come at you at the same time. It's just not realistic. And then towards the end, some spoilers, sorry, Van Damme's fighting these a bunch of bad guys, and the one bad guy's like, stop, one at a time. We don't want to get confused. So it's definitely a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking it out, and check out the Tick 2, which we'll do a review on that once more than just I have seen it. So that should be. You watched the Tick preview?
Max saw it.
Oh, did you watch it after
I'd rather
Tusk?
see the Tick than
Did you watch it after Tusk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then let's talk about the Tick for a quick second. What were your thoughts on that?
I liked it better than Jean-Claude Van Johnson. No, it's a cool imagining of the Tick. I like spoilers. I like that you kind of don't know if Arthur's just crazy or if like the Tick actually exists. You know, so they kind of got like a Tyler Durden thing going on, and yeah, I dig that. See, they do a better job in this of making you wonder, or even like if you take a look at the Wilfred with Elijah Wood, they do a better job of making them look. You don't know if they're crazy or not, you know, than Katana did in Suicide Squad. So I think that they do. I think the Tick seem pretty funny. I like Peter Serafinowicz. I really like that guy. And what's his name? What's the original Tick's name?
Warburton.
Yes, Patrick Warburton. Yeah, Warburton. He's a producer on the show, so I mean, like, it's all the old school guys. You know, it's like everybody is, you know, the whole family's still together, and I liked it. I dug the Tick.
I caught the last 3 minutes, and it looked good.
It was a lot of fun, and I thought I was going to miss Patrick Warburton, but the guy that does the Tick he does a good job with it, and the show was a lot of fun, and I recommend it as well. But if you are watching us on Facebook Live, hit that like button. Let us know what you think. Comment. And speaking of comments, our buddies over at Shaolin Sofa, Max and Dan, got a comment. The comment reads, and this is the favorite thing, my favorite thing that has ever happened in this podcast before, ever. This is talking about Max and Dan. You guys are cool, but I feel creeped out by your chemistry. Are you going to make out eventually? Now, this is funny to me because I've always told Max and Dan that I think they have good on-camera chemistry, and you know, Max has this whole shtick where, you know, he pretends that he doesn't, and they do, and I just thought this was really, really funny. But Max and Dan, how do you guys feel about this comment? He likes you guys. Well, you guys are really cool.
I guess we are sad to announce the end of Shaolin.
Yes, it's going to be now called Shaolin Bedroom.
No,
it's
done. That's it. I mean, the guy noted the creepy chemistry, and now I can't get it out of my head. So instead of exploring that, we're just gonna cut it out.
Instead of exploring that, wow.
We're just gonna
exploring, folks.
Yeah, we're just gonna shut it right down, and yeah. I also like to wear headphones for no reason, Jason. I just said to throw some off, but yeah, no, good on you guys. Thanks for watching. You know, we're not ever gonna make out. That's not ever gonna happen.
Sorry, buddy.
Dan's just not my type. I don't like bearded men.
So if Dan shaved his beard, maybe.
Then maybe we might have a chance. We'll have to see where it goes.
You know, I am going gray. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh now I'm not, but I will.
All right, yeah. No, seriously though, thanks for watching, guy.
Dan, any comments on the comment?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you're not watching to see us make out, because that's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, they can keep watching, right? That'll keep continuous viewing.
Oh yeah. No, okay, that definitely might happen. Maybe.
Give it a couple thousand episodes.
Yeah. If you're into two out of shape older guys, interracial couple, it might happen. It might happen at any time during any episode.
Oh man, our producer is.
Where's Rondell?
Rondell can get in on this too.
Our producer keeps texting me, gross, gross, gross.
I agree.
But you know, if that's what you're into and if that's what you're waiting for, keep watching Shaolin Sofa.
If that's why you're watching, then keep, yeah.
I think your daughter's calling you.
Danny, that's
Dude, did you just ignore your daughter like in front of the entire internet? Holy shit! You just hit the decline button. You're a horrible father. Look at you.
Anyway,
oh, dude, if that was my daughter, I would have answered that phone call. It is probably important.
Moving on. Adam
Terrible
West and
father.
Burt Ward are returning to their roles as Batman and Robin.
I can't wait to tell Kylie to watch this video, dude.
Dan, you're a Batman 66 fan, buddy. What are your
I am.
thoughts on the return of Batman 66?
I think it's great. The trailer was awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. Trailer didn't really cover that much, except that they don't make
you can call
food.
it a trailer.
It was more
Yeah,
like a
it's
scene, like a
It's
teaser.
commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a straight up
It's a
Yeah,
commercial.
yeah.
It's not really even a teaser.
I mean,
Oh,
it was done right. I don't want to give you the impression it's not, but yeah, it looks great. Can't wait. Max.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. Yeah, it's a commercial. It's I don't know. It reminds me of like the '50s and or the Truman Show when like anyone would be like during the thing to be like, oh, and I love this. It's got yada yada yada. You know, like and so I like that. Adam West, Burt Ward back. The holy social media Batman, or whatever the fuck he said.
Yes.
No, it was good. I dug it. So I'm excited for this new and. DC animated is something you can actually get excited for, unlike DC movies. So I'm down for that for sure.
Philip?
So I don't know. For myself, it was kind of entertaining. I'm kind of curious to actually see.
Yeah, you're good.
Phil's cheating. He's got both cameras, but he's looking at both.
Yeah, I could do that.
There you go.
So I would
Oh,
people
that
on
is
YouTube
trippy. Not
can
in this
actually
one.
see.
Oh.
Oh my
Keep
god.
talking,
But
Phil.
anyways, so it definitely looks interesting. I like the humor that they're bringing to it, and they're kind of being almost referential in a way. They're not entirely going sort of as, I don't know, they're kind of doing in between, because the old stuff was campy, but I don't know if it was necessarily intentionally over campy. This one, they actually seem to be just going, you know what, we're going to go for it. And I'm actually kind of excited to see where they go with that. I don't know that I'll necessarily buy it when it comes out, but I want to rent it. And there's Max, who's getting camera happy over here. So I give him some camera shot. Jason.
Yeah, I am a fan of the Adam West, Burt Ward Batman. I recently went and saw the movie in the theaters, and I am just shocked at how good it is as far as like satire goes. It's a really, really no, not like it's gonna win an Oscar. Adam West.
Sounds like there's something you don't hear every day.
But no, as far as satire goes,
Adam West Batman. Oh yeah.
it is brilliant satire, like absolutely brilliant satire, and I wish Adam West could have gone down like a Leslie Nielsen kind of path with his career, because the movie is campy, and I've heard that it was written to be campy, like they were in on the joke. I mean, I don't know how true that is now. It's easy to say 50 years later, but it seems like they were in on the joke, and I think that they did a good job in this trailer of kind of bringing you back in that world, having them in a frickin' TV dinner tray going into a stove. Like, that's freaking fantastic. And
Comment. In the movie, he's fighting off a giant rubber shark with a can of shark repellent. I'm pretty sure they were in on the joke.
Nah, dude, you're fucking 100% serious. Adam West is the only one not in on the joke.
Yeah.
I am Batman. But yeah, this trailer gave me everything I wanted from this trailer, and or teaser. It's more of a teaser, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it and then talk about it again on the podcast. What's that?
So they just needed Swanson to sponsor them for the TV dinner.
I don't know, because I mean the mashed potatoes are hot enough to burn your bonds. I don't know if that's something they can get
But
behind.
not the gloves.
Yeah. Burns rope.
So true.
Good shit. No, that wasn't the mashed potatoes. It was the dessert.
It was the dessert
Was it?
that broke
Yes.
the lawn, yes.
That's even worse.
It's so acidic. But yeah,
So
again, I agree.
acidic.
I agree with you though that if it's so acidic to break chains,
Yeah,
why not?
What
yeah.
dessert is that?
Some kind of pudding.
I don't know.
Why is it hot?
Acid glue.
Don't eat the tapioca.
Yeah.
So I think that's the lesson learned. Do not eat the dessert from a TV dinner.
From the Batman TV dinner.
So in other news, Suicide Squad, not a whole lot of movies can say that they've done this, but Suicide Squad is #1 for the third week in a row. And I know we're going to get a rant from Max because I've already heard it once today, and I heard it once a few days ago, and then I heard it again a few days before that. That's why I was really shocked when Max told me he was going to see it a second time.
I wanted to make sure I didn't like it.
I didn't hate this film. I thought the characters in the movie were fun to hang out with for a few hours. If you want to shovel popcorn down your throat, it's fun. But my wife, I wouldn't say we had an opportunity to go. I mean, she wasn't like saying let's go to the drive-in, but we had some mutual friends going to the drive-ins, and usually I'm the guy like let's go to the drive-ins. But I didn't really want to see Suicide Squad again, and I know it sucks, but. DC, come on. You guys can make good stuff. You really can. And Max is going to get into animated. Max is going to get into it in a second. I'm going to save it for him. But it's there. You guys, I've heard that the David Ayer cut of this film is really, really good. And it's not from the same schmucks that are saying that the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman changes the movie, because it doesn't. The end product is still the same. It does fill in some plot holes at the beginning, but it's still the same movie. I've heard the David Ayer cut of this movie is completely different, to the point where Jared Leto told the studio to go fuck themselves because he's not happy with the product they presented, because they told him that he was making something else and he filmed something else when they were doing it. They just cut all his parts out. So come on, guys. Like, this is the second time we've heard about your meddling in your movies. And, like I said, the Batman v Superman extended cut doesn't change the fact that it's not a good movie, but it is slightly more cohesive. And I've heard the same thing about this movie. So maybe you should just pull back a little bit and let your people that you're hiring to make the movie kind of do their thing. But Max is chomping at the bit to talk. So, Max... I think so.
Nah, I mean, it's like fucking Suicide Squad isn't that good. Like, it doesn't leave... It tricks you in that when the movie's over, like, you're not super pissed off. But, because, like...
it's okay.
Cause, yeah, it's an alright movie. It's fun. Like, you had fun watching the movie, so you're not mad.
It's old school superhero movies,
Yeah, but, like, it's not revolutionary. It's not groundbreaking. Like, and DC's like, oh, this is going to change everything. But you had an opportunity here. You had an opportunity. Like, I mean, we compare them to Marvel all the time, and I think that's half the problem. They're not trying to do their own thing. They're trying to copy what Marvel's got. And it doesn't work out this time. And if you're being critical of the movie, like, in a sense of, does the story hold up? Like, why are these people here? Does it make any sort of sense? Like, at least with all the Marvel films, like, you have a good reason why Captain America is there doing what he's doing. It's not, it's not like the aliens come out of the sky and the first thing somebody did is call Captain America. Like, that's not how it went down. So it's like everyone, half the characters in the movie are not the people I would call for the situation that they ended up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the whole point was they built this team for this specific situation. So, like, what? You're an idiot. If you I'm gonna call Harley Quinn because I need somebody to fight. If I want someone to deal with the Superman threat, Harley Quinn is the first person I'm going to call, because she is a psychopath. And that's it. Because she can swing a bat like a motherfucker. So there's just no reason for her to be there. There's no reason for the Joker to be in the movie. There's no reason, it doesn't make sense. They made a super awesome Suicide Squad movie in Batman Assaults on Arkham. And once again, DC Animated shows DC live film how shit's done years in advance, and they still can't even get it right. Yeah, so I mean, I don't feel either like one way or the other about this movie, really.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit on you there, Max. I think you strongly disagree with it.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I'm glad that it's making a lot of money though, but I feel like the wrong lessons are going to be learned from it, and at least again,
better lessons than what we would learn from Batman v Superman.
Well, yeah, but like, and it's weird though because like they pissed Jared Leto off, which I kind of like because I don't think he wasn't really even in the movie enough for me to get a solid.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you can't.
But I don't think I will like a good impression or a good smattering of the joke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the same Joker-centric movie like The Dark Knight. I don't think it would have been as good. You know, so like I don't like the 30 Seconds to Mars Joker. I do like that they did. I mean, they did something different. I like the whole hand tattoo because his mouth was fucked up. Like I liked that. I thought that was cool, and his laugh was all right. I mean, I don't know if that would get annoying, but I feel like the you could tell he was just like hyper drama Joker, like the weird fucking scene
He's
where he
the
was
gangster,
jealous
yeah.
of. Yeah, I don't know. 30 Seconds to Mars Joker is how I put it. That's how I feel like.
It's an extreme rated R version that's kind of like lost his mind.
Yeah, but it's like
It takes away from the Joker character itself from the comics. I understand where you're going with that.
I don't know. I don't even feel like he belongs in this movie, because the movie is not shooting for rated R, and then they have this
Except
rated
in the
R.
moments that it is.
Right.
Which is the David Ayer
and then,
stuff.
And
from what I
then I'm
hear.
like, okay, well, if you're gonna go for it, if you're gonna push these lines, then why can't Deadshot be a cold-blooded killer? Like, these people shouldn't want to work together. They have to work together, or you're gonna explode their heads. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, these aren't. This isn't the Avengers. This isn't the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, they're not supposed to play nice. And
Yeah, I didn't get Harley Quinn coming back. That didn't make any sense.
Harley Quinn coming back, Captain Boomerang coming back. He's an asshole the whole movie, and then he gets the opportunity to leave. He's like, deuces. I was like, that is awesome. He should just take the fuck off. And then he comes back.
He's
For
got
what?
the boomerang.
Because
Boomerang.
we need the boomerang guy. We gotta have the boomerang guy. Shit. How come we didn't call Captain Boomerang? Oh no, it's
He
dumb.
didn't have a boomerang,
They-
so he had to be the
Back,
boomerang.
he's a boomerang.
But shouldn't he have gone back?
I haven't seen the movie yet, and that makes sense to me.
Technically, shouldn't he return to the place he was originally then? Like, not with the team? Like, they brought him, he needs to go back.
Maybe he's like a Walmart boomerang.
Okay,
Kind of
yeah.
works.
Yeah. We're not again. I might land over there.
Yeah, but it does try to come back.
Yeah, but that's dumb. I was just like, come on, man. Come on. Not when you have... Because in the Batman Assault on Arkham, you have Deadshot and Captain Boomerang. You have that rivalry, the fucking, because they're both kind of like, marksmen. You have fucking a great story. You throw Batman in there. You throw the Joker in there. It is everything you need. And it's not like, also like the Suicide Squad, that's not the world-saving team, okay? This villain, the way it turned out, is a Justice League villain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Straight
Or even like the Justice Society of America would deal with this problem.
I still want to know how they're going to deal with all that destruction.
Yeah,
Because that's more than Superman.
But the city was evacuated.
It don't matter.
They
They're going to
evacuated
rebuild the city.
Yeah, but there's no people killed, so it's okay. It's okay.
This begs the question: how far back do you have to go to get a good DC movie?
The Dark Knight.
I mean, we know you don't like it, Dan, but that was a good movie.
I don't know.
For me, it'd be Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel.
Oh yeah, Man of Steel came after Dark Knight.
Oh,
But yeah, it doesn't count for Dan either.
Yeah, but I mean, at least Dark Knight, I would
Me
think,
either.
should count for Dan.
I like the Dark Knight. I thought that was a solid superhero flick.
Watchmen is good. I liked Watchmen.
The Watchmen wasn't.
Okay.
I mean, and Dan and I agree that the Watchmen wasn't what it's supposed to be, but we don't agree why.
Yeah.
But
I'm offended by giant blue dong and no squids.
it's easier to CG a blue dong than it is an entire city squid. Okay.
Well, you just make a bunch of them and you elongate them, and there you go.
No.
Philip, your thoughts on Suicide Squad?
Being number one for the third week in a row.
So I'm actually not surprised by this at all. I basically so my wife really wanted to see it, and so we went and watched it, and I had fun with it. She loved it, and from that reaction, I kind of got the feeling that this is going to do much better than the critics are thinking. So I'm not that surprised. Plus, there's nothing really like groundbreaking that anyone is like demanding to go see that's come out in the last few weeks. I can't think of anything actually off the top of my head.
No.
So I mean, Sausage Party came out, but that's not a. No,
Yeah,
that's not going to
a
compete.
movie.
That's a very
Yeah.
different one. Yeah. Well, it's a very
Comedy.
different movie when you watch it. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. Have you
Woo! Yes, I have.
I heard it's really funny.
And it is the most raunchiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I can't wait to see Sausage Party.
There's a food orgy at one point.
Oh.
seen
You got my attention at this point.
That's not a spoiler. That just happens. I don't tell you when it happens. You're just gonna see a food orgy.
I think they have blood orgies in South Park. I mean, it's not-
I mean, like now that you say it's the raunchiest thing you've ever seen, I kind of.
Wait, is
Okay,
this including porno?
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't really
If this
think
movie
porno
manages to
counts.
be more raunchy without being porno, I have to see it.
So yeah, but I liked Jared Leto's Joker and Harley Quinn, but like
I
Max
did.
said, unfortunately we don't get a whole lot of their chemistry, and it's unfortunate. And yes, it seems like the Joker in this movie is in an R-rated film, and that might be why he's cut out of 95% of the movie, because they wanted to go for that fun, wacky PG-13, so much so that they shove a song down your throat every 35 seconds, which that is one of the parts that bothers me. But this movie is really not as bad as I think we kind of made it out to be. It is a fun summer fare, and yeah, you did, but you didn't really give any reasons why it was a
Well,
summer
it
fare.
hits all your popcorn movie like box it. It's like, yeah, if you need to see an action movie,
It's explosion.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, you got the
stuff.
shooting.
people get shot, people get beat upside the head with bats. They make jokes.
That's what I said. It's a
Margot Robbie's
90s
in some little
it's a
booty
90s
shorts the whole
superhero,
time.
90s action type movie. Not much plot, very thin, but fun little set pieces.
And all the characters, like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
they're
Doesn't
like
matter
a
what
little
they're
bit
doing
over
at
the
the beginning
top.
of the movie because, they're all going to be super happy friends at the end of it.
I don't know why you're putting me on the camera.
If you are watching us live on Facebook or on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit it a ton of times. Let us know that you like it. Hit it. Send us a comment. Let us know what you thought of Suicide Squad. We'd really like to know. Also, we are on iTunes and Stitcher, so check us out there, 3 Geeks Podcast. Leave a review. We like reviews. They make us happy. And moving on to the last topic of the evening, which is the end of our Kevin Smith series has started. We watched Red State and Tusk, or at least most of us did, and
Sorry.
I forgot how good Red State was. That movie is really, really well done. And John Goodman is super strong in this movie, but Michael Park, that's the guy's name, right, that plays the priest?
I have no idea.
I believe
I can't
so.
remember.
Michael
read
Parks.
It, but I can't.
He is extraordinary as the the Bible thumping preacher in this movie, and
The over-the-top zealot.
yes, I love the end of the movie with the trumpets blaring. Well, it turns out it was some college kids that were really mad at them for leaving dog poop on their front porch, so they made it sound like the apocalypse was happening. So, I mean, what a great film. Philip,
Spoilers.
So, sort of. I mean, he's not really explaining what actually goes on at the end.
Oh, now they know. Now it's over.
Yeah, I don't know. But the
Anywho,
apocalypse, the
the
four
movie's been
horsemen
out for like
come.
5 years.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, the four horsemen come and the end of the world happens.
Yes.
So get
That
ready
was
for that.
actually the real script, which would have been awesome.
What does that say?
I guess.
What are you supposed to take away from the movie if he's right at the end?
Popcorn eating happy flick.
that was the original intent for the ending, though, was to have the apocalypse happen.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, what is your story then? If you're like, if the whole point of this thing is like you're trying to
These
look at
insane
these
zealots are right.
But
Go
the
bigotry.
angel like
Yeah.
still won.
I guess, yeah, if the angel
And-
comes and like
and-
kills him,
yeah,
then
yeah,
that's
see.
one thing. But like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess there it was left to the imagination what the actual apocalypse would be, because he just said the apocalypse happens. He doesn't say what
Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. It's definitely I don't know. It's not a movie I can watch again, Jason. No, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not. I don't know. I love John Goodman in it. It was great to see him back in that role because I think he had been away from acting for a little while because of health concerns. So I loved him in that. And then I do agree that the Michael Parks, is that what you said?
Mhm.
Yeah. Great, absolutely great. And then a couple of the teenagers were decent. But it's definitely a hard-hitting movie. It's pulls no punches in getting everything across, and I actually felt that it was interesting because it even showed off the ATF side on both the negative and positive based on, oh gosh, I can't remember what
Wake
happened
Up.
on that. Wake Up. Which essentially they even directly mentioned, which I guess is probably Kevin Smith's intent to kind of get that across.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting and well thought out. And then the fact of what happened made sense because realistically in the real world, if you actually go into that scenario and guns start blazing, you're probably not going to be discriminatory and go, oh wait, yeah, I shouldn't. No, too late. And it's realistic.
Yeah,
'cause, I mean,
yeah.
when you're in that adrenaline-soaked rage, you're trying to survive.
Start driving vehicles in the walls, and shit falls
Yep.
over. catches on fire. You're like, oh, well, hey.
Dan?
Oh,
I really like this flick a lot. And you're right, Goodman and other dude are really good.
and you, other guy.
I could watch this.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I've watched it twice already.
There you
I
go.
really like it. Yeah, I mean the whole story is plausible up until the final trumpet thing. It's explained away, so it's plausible. Yeah, it's a good flick all around. I mean, not Kevin Smith's normal fare. But,
No, not even close.
no, but that kind of makes it better, I think.
Yeah, Max?
Yeah, no, I all across the board really like this film. I did not even realize that Kevin Smith had wrote and directed it until his name pops up at the end. I couldn't tell the entire time. When you do watch it, there are little tastes of Kevin Smith. When the teacher at the beginning with the kids, the kid says something, the teacher's like, "Fucking, he's gay," like, yada yada, and you can see the little snaps of Kevin Smith. But all in all, you can't really even tell. It's a whole different thing than he normally does. And I agree that John Goodman kicks all kinds of ass. As usual, you can kind of expect that from him. I like that. He's like, in the beginning, he's like, maybe we should get a couple days to, scope it out and check out the scenario because we fucked shit up like, this before. And his boss is just like, fuck that, go fuck it up, fucking shoot everybody. And so he's like, okay, you wanted me to shoot everybody, so we did. But no, it's good. I like the church people. I like, you definitely feel the crazy in that room, like when they're having church and when they kill that dude. I thought that was an awesome way to kill somebody. When they shoot him, they saran wrap him and they shoot him in the top of the head.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So yeah, this movie's got a lot of little cool things in there. Solid flick through and through.
I want to get a review from somebody who read, Red State, a Kevin Smith film, and was like, "Oh, Kevin Smith, awesome!
Can't wait to see Jay and Silent Bob." Fuck. But yeah, no, I like Red State. It was good, and it was a good, weird addition to the Kevin Smith library. I thought, this is him branching out into something different, and he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched this movie with Philip when it first came out. We watched it on demand at my uncle's house, and afterwards, I remember having a conversation. I can't wait to see, wow, Kevin Smith just made this incredible film. I can't wait to see where he goes next. And then we had quite a bit of time between Red State and his next movie, which I'm gonna fact check that real quick. But I just remember we had this whole conversation about, wow, Kevin Smith has a career outside of his normal fare. This guy is going to do something incredible in the horror genre. I cannot wait for what comes next. And we had Red State came out in, I got the information, give me 2 seconds. Red State came out in 2011, and then it wasn't until 2014 that we got his follow-up, which was Tusk. And one of the most incredible things about Red State is it followed up Cop Out, which Cop Out was a really, really bad movie, which if you've seen our previous cast, you know how we feel about Cop Out. So to have Red State be his follow-up was pretty incredible, and I really liked Red State. So today...
But also, sorry, with that, you can see where Cop Out just totally gave Kevin Smith a bad taste in his mouth towards the movie-making process, because when he put Red State out, he did that all pretty much on his own, low-key. Did a tour, putting the movie out just because he did not want to have anything to do with the mainstream movie, scene. So it's pretty cool to see. I don't know if Red State, if he would have given it the major movie treatment, how well it would have done. Because it is pretty controversial. I mean, he doesn't pull any punches. So I think it'd be interesting if he went for the money to see. Or I guess that movie probably would have just not got made then, because they would have to cut this part and cut that part.
Yeah.
So
they already had to cut the angels with the flaming swords at the end.
But I think it'd be interesting to see if it got a little big, a little more money, a little more promotion, to see, if more people have been talking about it.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. That would be interesting. So yeah, he followed it up. He's been doing his podcasting for quite some time, and I remember hearing about it. He did a whole podcast where they were talking about this guy who would hire people to come stay with him for free rent as long as this guy wore a walrus costume, and they were back and forth spitballing some ideas, and then it turned into what would become the movie Tusk, which I just watched for the very first time today. And I'm going to start with the couch on this one. Max, Dan, your thoughts on Tusk?
Dan?
I didn't watch it. Be
So you only got 50% of the room that has actually seen it. Me nor Dan have not. Max?
Tusk is a fucking weird movie. Yeah, Kevin Smith was super stoned. Obviously, when the entire process of this movie, he was obviously super stoned just because it's absolutely absurd. What's his name? What's the main character's name? The actor.
Justin Long.
Justin Long is good in this movie. I like fucking Sixth Sense. He's in here too.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Yeah, Sixth Sense is pretty good in this one.
His name, Sixth Sense.
He plays the sidekick podcaster and also kind of a shitty friend, super shitty friend. So yeah, good for Sixth Sense. I was happy to see him. After all these years, like I was really surprised, and I was like, "Oh shit, I see dead people." Fucking, I wonder if he still sees dead people.
You got a better rap than Macaulay Culkin.
I'd like to see he's a little fatter now. You can tell he's not like on fucking heroin and shit. Fucking, he's doing good for himself. I was good. I was glad to see Sixth Sense in that.
Michael Parks is back in this.
Yeah. Michael Parks just plays crazy. He does crazy super well. Just absolute batshit. And the thing is, like, with this guy, you believe him because he's two different kinds of crazies in each of these movies. But you fully believe he believes what he's saying, or he's the character that he's portraying. So yeah, hats off to that guy. And it's an interesting fucking movie. It's not very good per se. It's something I suggest watching. Like if you got nothing else to do and you're feeling a little bit weird, watch this movie. It'll get there. It checks weird off on the list. Like that is for sure. But I don't know how much more I can say about it. Like the writing's all solid. It's all your standard Kevin Smith with talking about fucking dicks and fucks and asses and all over your face, neck, and chest. But it's just a weird fucking movie. If that's what you're looking for, watch Tusk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Yoga Hosers. So I've had Tusk shelved because I've heard some of the imagery in the movie is disturbing, and maybe because I was expecting the worst, I didn't get the worst as far as the imagery goes, and I liked this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to. Now, it's not really the best day if you watch Red State and then Tusk after. Luckily, we had Jean-Claude Van Johnson to break up the day for us, and then Max's birthday party that he went to earlier. But this movie...
It was Logan's birthday party. I was just there.
This movie is definitely...
You didn't tell me it was your birthday.
It is definitely weird, and the acting in it is pretty strong. I mean, Justin Long does a really good job. I'm surprised he's not in more stuff.
Yeah, especially in the back end of the movie when all his lines consist of...
as his mother calls him, Sixth Sense Kid was really, really good in this movie. Really good in this movie.
Sixth Sense after that movie.
Yeah. I mean, the plot of the film is a podcaster goes to Canada to interview the kid from Kill Bill, only to find out that this kid has killed himself.
No, the kid's not from Kill Bill.
The Kill Bill kid, right?
Yeah, but it's because he cut off his own leg with a samurai sword.
So he cuts his own leg off.
Well, it's in the movie. He's like one of the kids. You ever see that lightsaber video?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that. Except he's using a real samurai sword, and he cuts off his own leg.
That's a much better movie than what you guys are talking about. I want to see this one.
All right, so that's the little YouTube video that gets the whole thing started. He's interviewing the kid who cut off his own leg.
So then he gets to Canada, and the kid has killed himself. So then, he's in a bar, and he goes to use the bathroom, sees this ad about this guy that says, if you'll do the chores for me, I'm just like an old man. You can stay here for free. I'll pay your rent. I got some interesting stories to tell. Blah 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 blah. Justin Long goes kind of to investigate. He gets drugged, wakes up missing a leg, and then the movie spirals from there. And eventually, spoiler alert, he gets turned into a walrus. The movie is crazy.
You didn't tell me it was Misery. I kind of want to watch it now.
It is a lot like that. If you like absurd horror, then I highly recommend watching this movie.
Horror.
It's in the horror genre.
I guess.
It's like
I
B,
guess.
like considered B horror.
But it's not.
Horrific.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah,
And the thing that I do like about this movie is
but it's like a comedy. It's.
Yeah, don't. I mean,
It's-
granted, I haven't
think
seen
it's
this
first
yet.
and foremost a comedy.
I think it's supposed to be both. Horror
Don't
comedy.
bring up body horror if you're not going to bring up the Fly, Videodrome.
I need to watch The
Video
Fly.
Drone, fuck that movie, dude.
Those
It's a
things.
weird fucking movie.
Exactly.
Anyway,
see body horror.
if
not,
you're into
so
fun,
am
like crazy horror flicks, then definitely check this movie out. I recommend it. I don't think I'll ever need to see it again, but I'm not upset that I
You
saw
didn't
it.
watch the end.
I did. It
Wait,
is
what?
when I was driving home.
Oh.
I didn't watch it. I was listening to it.
Oh yeah, I
Oh.
bet. And now the fucking chickens have come home to roost, Jason. Drive. I bet you Pokemon Go and drive too, don't you?
I don't play Pokemon. Oh, speaking of
yeah.
Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
this son of a bitch.
Oh, you're gonna
The
talk to
whole-
you son of a bitch?
Yeah, the whole time you're like, drive a little bit slower. Drive
Fucking,
a little
I'm
bit
trying to play Pokemon Go over you're driving like a goddamn maniac.
I was not. I'm driving like a sane
He's
human
fucking
being.
going like 25 miles an hour. I'm trying to play Pokemon Go. I'm like, slow the fuck down. 15 or less.
He wanted me to go like 10 miles per hour on the freeway.
Hey man, it doesn't count me as walking unless you're going slower than 15.
It is fun to see a filmmaker get to make a movie that's truly his, vision, and this movie is definitely Kevin Smith's vision.
I don't know if this is the scenario you want to use to say it's fun to when the director gets to see his vision.
No, I'm not saying that this is
Not
like.
it. I really wish the director would not have gotten to see his vision on this one. Like, the studio needed to come in and pull the reins back.
I think Kevin Smith was the studio for this.
Yes, but you know what the man, the studio. You know what I'm talking about.
But they are doing a Yoga Hosers Fathom event, and I know that I'm going. I'm sure Max is going, and we're going to try to convince Dan and Philip to go too. And
What's it about?
Yoga Hosers. It's like Gremlins. It's a semi-sequel to this movie.
I don't know if it's really Gremlins.
Oh, Johnny Depp was pretty good in this movie too, but he's just playing one of his crazy characters that he always
He plays
does.
Johnny Depp.
No,
Johnny Depp.
he plays crazy Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But just-
Anyway, video game, comic book news, fellas. See, Max has been too busy playing Pokemon Go like a
Hey
maniac.
man, I've been outside in my car driving around playing Pokemon Go.
Nice.
But you don't drive and play Pokemon Go. You drive to somewhere, you Pokemon Go there, and then you drive to somewhere else and Pokemon Go there.
Nice.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, don't Pokemon Go and drive at the same time. It's not healthy.
Philip, anything in the video game world?
So Madden came out.
That's the 23rd.
Well, it comes out. I guess it comes out Tuesday.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Starting out there, guys.
So but I got a chance to play it. It's actually decent. It actually reminds me of like back before they became exclusive. So if you remember back when you actually had 2K, the 2K series football. Did you ever play? You ever play those, Max?
No.
You never a sports video game guy?
Nah.
No, Max
That's
is-
interesting.
He's never been
You
really
love
good
football. I
at
would
it.
think
I
it would
do
be
love
either in
football,
NCAA or.
But you know,
NFL.
when you're playing Madden and everyone else is so much better at Madden than you, and it's
Okay.
all right, I play this game to lose. That's cool too.
I gotcha. Well, anyways, so if you remember,
Madden since freaking 2K1. I'm OG, man. I've been playing Madden since N64, Madden 98.
Madden 93.
Since the Genesis.
I'm
Madden
not
95.
that guy. I'm not that guy.
Genesis, so which one? 93?
I don't remember.
The original.
Yeah, probably played most of them.
Okay.
I'm not very good at them, but I have played them.
Well, the old ones really weren't too hard. They were pretty much press a button.
Tecmo Bowl, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's all it really was.
Can you run? Can you pass? There you go.
It wasn't until you got to the 2000s that you really started to actually get into what you're talking about, which is if you could actually press the buttons or hold down another button and then press the button at the right way, you could then get something different to happen.
Yeah.
So this one actually involves some of that, sorry, Max, but they actually do more. I don't want to call them quick time events because they get bad names, but they're triggered events for people like you, Max, or like myself, who can't really remember to hit the buttons or what to do. They'll actually give you a button, like when you're running, hit X, you'll spin, you actually do something cool, and get away from the guy.
Okay.
So it's actually really cool. They're trying to make it more accessible,
More
as well as
arcade-style-y.
yeah, and they're trying to do some of that. Obviously, you can ramp it up and do completely simulation if you want. Sorry, Max.
Oh, my knee! Oh, what am I supposed to do with my leg? Trying to prepare.
Holy shit. And the franchise mode is actually back to what I remember back when I played it on PC back in 2003. It's actually really good. It's really in depth. I doubt they're going to let you do what they used to let you do in PC back before they got greedy, which was awesome. You could actually update your rosters every year, so you can actually just buy
You
that.
can do that on platform or on
consoles.
Yeah, consoles too. Well, no, but you could.
Oh, okay.
Then they got greedy every year and made
Yes.
you do.
You have to buy the new Madden or whatever. So that's definitely worth. You definitely, if you remember those old Madden games and you've been holding out and you want to play a good one, this is actually decent. The franchise mode's actually deep. I didn't get very far into it, obviously. And so it's definitely worth checking out as well. What else? So the last thing I actually played was No Man's Sky, which is
Intensely boring.
I won't say it's intensely boring. it's if you like Minecraft, you're gonna like that game.
See, I don't know though. Yeah, like I don't think it because if they would have pulled that off, if you could do all that stuff in the game, then yes. But like you can't craft the same way. You can't. You know,
mine some asteroids.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't build the same. You know, like the same way.
I mean, I guess it's not the creative piece of Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of the survival. I never really played the creative piece of Minecraft.
Neither have I.
I did the survival version of Minecraft, which in very much it's exactly the same. The survival version, because you run around, your food gets low, you need to eat. I was like, if you want to keep building, you need to keep mining, you need to keep doing things. I do agree that unless your idea is exploring and investigating, it's very niche. I will say that. That's why I don't know how to describe it. I'm having fun, but I realize this is not a game that's for everyone. Like, if you're expecting something that's going to not be... I haven't played any of the updates, because I played it before I went on vacation.
Do you like Star Trek?
I do?
You're a Trekkie?
I don't know if I'm a Trekkie. I enjoy sci-fi. I enjoy true sci-fi.
Do you prefer Star Trek to Star Wars?
No.
No, okay. I feel like this game is for Trek people.
How do you
Like,
define true sci-fi?
anyway, before we get into that whole discussion.
Like Dune? Is that what you want to hear?
No, but
I
I
don't
feel
want
like
to hear anything.
I feel like this game, No Man's Sky, is like if you were actually on the Enterprise, this is what your life would be like. Like you go to most of the planets, don't have shit on them.
True.
Fucking, you go there, you dig up what you need, you move the fuck on. Maybe you'll encounter some sort of life. Maybe. Probably not.
You encounter life forms on every planet, but whether or not you encounter anything interesting,
Right.
I agree. Because that's why I said it's very science fiction. It's pretty much you're exploring worlds, you're trying to catalog life, plants, things like that. That's actually what they more want you to do. You can also be a pirate if you want. So, I mean, there's all of those other things that are there, but they're more complicated to get into. So I will say that it's not a game for the people who lack patience. And that's why I agree with you. Like, I get your synopsis of comparing it to Trekkies, because it's true. It's if you want to kind of explore science and kind of have to actually deal with getting all the resources to actually get off a planet. You can't get off the planet initially until you gather everything. Like, you have to rebuild your ship that crashed there. You don't know why it crashed there. You just have to rebuild it. And I think I played for about an hour and a half, and I wasn't even halfway there. So it usually, they said, like, I mean, there's one person who spent, like, I think over 60 hours on the initial planet. That you can just continue to investigate and mine and create. Like, I don't know if you can create structures. That's the difference. So it's a weird game that's hard to describe.
If they did a civilization thing where you could start up fucking civilizations and build whole
You want black and white, essentially. If I go far enough back.
Uh,
That's what black and white was.
Yeah.
I mean, you were a benevolent god that happened to be an animal.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you didn't have to be
I'm
benevolent. You
just
could be
saying,
malevolent in that game.
I think the game would get more love.
That's what's more fun. I remember Populous. Yeah. Earthquake time.
Well, that's Sim City even back then.
Yeah. Well, what do
Yeah,
you do when you get it built?
That's what it should be. Fucking Sim Galaxy, like that's what I was thinking the game was gonna be.
I think that actually
They tried
came
that a
out. That's
couple
come out
times,
for the
but
PC a bunch. It's just never.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Like Sid Meier's did one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
No, most of them were uninteresting after a while, or it required way too much investment up front for you to get anything out. And so that's the thing. Like, I mean, I definitely think this is a niche game. I definitely think the press and the hype it was bad for this game because it really truly is an indie game, and that's what it was meant for. And that's what I expected, but I think others expected differently, unfortunately. What are you gonna do?
Well, that is our podcast for this evening. Check out our buddy Mike over at McGTV. Go to youtube.com/MikeMcGTV. Dan, Max, we all do some contributions over there. It's definitely a great channel. I highly recommend it. Mike does some pretty insightful reviews. Check out everything he's got going on over there. Check out our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button, like this video, let us know what you thought. Leave your comments. Max and Dan's chemistry. Did it advance their relationship today in this podcast, or did it not?
Don't make me set you on fire. I will.
Let's
that's the end of 3 Geeks podcast too.
Yeah. The next podcast is just kind of going to be Jason like burned to a Christmas chair.
Yeah, definitely check us out on iTunes and Stitcher as well, which you guys have been, and we appreciate all the support we've been getting, especially since Comic-Con. It's been pretty awesome. We all appreciate it. We crack jokes about stuff, but we do appreciate all the support that we're getting. But most importantly, tonight's podcast was brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. You can get the book and it will literally entertain you for the rest of your life. It is like 87 million hours long, and it's read to you by Steven Weber. It's good stuff. I highly recommend it. Audible, keeping Steven Weber employed. Sure, Max.
I just want to say thank you to Pixels Design Group for all the cool stuff for Comic-Con. I keep on forgetting to mention them, but they did an awesome job giving us some stuff to give away there. Thank you to Karf and Scott and everyone else in the peripheral 3 Geeks podcast, Shadow and Sofa, fucking sports nerds, fucking Animaniacs, fucking Frady Geeks. Check out all of those on our podcast, our fucking website, 3geeks.ninja, which we never, ever fucking mention. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Hey, yeah, and if you're an aspiring writer and you like to get paid nothing, and you're interested in writing any kind of reviews or editorials, contact any one of us on Facebook or email us 3 Geeks
don't
Podcast.
Contact me on Facebook.
Hey, don't contact Max on Facebook, but I'm sure you can contact most of us. Or most importantly, you can get to us through our 3 Geeks Podcast Facebook page. Corsi monitors that pretty regularly.
Email?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Okay.
Or you can email us, 3geekspodcast@gmail.com. We all monitor that, so definitely do that.
Only there. Contact there.
Shout out to our producer Liz and Christy, who runs our social media. We appreciate both of you. Philip, who updates our iTunes feed weekly. We appreciate that as
or
well.
Not so weekly recently, Philip.
On vacation. It's updated as of 2 days ago.
Yeah, and with 3 Geeks Podcast, you not only don't get paid, but you don't get a day off either.
One vacation.
Anyway, we're going to leave our Facebook Live feed up for a few more minutes, but thank you to everybody watching us on YouTube. We appreciate all of the support. Have a great night.